In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace your active grille shutter on your Ford Focus. It's located on front of your engine. Remove your plastic grommets. There's 4 of them. Set it aside. Remove these. There's one on each side. Using a T30, remove your Torx bit bolts. Remove your other 2. And then set these aside. You're going to remove this. To do that, you're going to want to get a trim tool underneath. And pry it out. Next, you're going to remove your engine shield under here, as is missing. Remove your 3 in the back. 1, 2, 3 retainers. And then go to your front and remove 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Using a T30 Torx bit socket, remove your Torx bit screws. Remove your fasteners underneath. That one's missing. Do the same on the other side. Remove this lower plastic shield. Using a 19mm socket, we're going to remove our wheel. All right, we're inside the wheel well now. We're going to take out our Torx bit screws. Remove this one. And this one. Using a trim tool, remove this plastic grommet. Do the same on the other side. Using a T30, remove this screw. Do the same on the other side. Using a T30, we're going to remove the headlight assembly. Now you're just going to pull this out and disconnect your connector. You can either push down on this tab or use a screwdriver and push down and then remove your connector. Now you can set your headlight assembly off to the side and do the same on the other side. Now we're going to get a good grip on the side here and pull it out. Do the same on the other side. Now stick a trim tool in there and unpop this little plastic piece. Could be a little tough to do. And then yank it and do the same on the other side. Now you can remove the whole thing. You'll probably have a few connectors you have to disconnect. This connector next to the fog light here, you're going to disconnect as well. And then once you do that, you should be able to remove the bumper cover and put it aside. Now you can remove this and set it off to the side. Push this in and remove the air scoop. And do it on the other side. Using a T30, we're going to remove these two bolts. Now you can remove this. There's a couple of tabs here you just have to pull back to get these out. Set that aside. So this piece right here, it goes all the way from one end of the car to the other. We're going to take this whole piece out. So to do that, we have to disconnect some harnesses, plugs, and the cable for the hood popper. So let's begin here. I'm going to pull this. Take it out of there. Pull that out and slowly, using a trim tool if needed, remove that and set that off to the side. Next, we're going to disconnect our coolant reservoir hose. Just follow it along its path and make sure it's free. So when you remove it, nothing's in your way. I'm going to remove our neck on our washer reservoir. You may need a trim tool. You're going to just twist it and pull it up. Wherever you see grommets holding harnesses to this, you're going to disconnect it. So there's one here. Get a trim tool in there. Disconnect that, follow it. Push it on this tab here, underneath, and pull it out. Push down on the tab. Remove that and disconnect it from here using a trim tool. We're going to take out our hood prop so that we can remove this. So I'm using a pry bar. You can use whatever you got. And just make it so it's safe. You don't want anything falling on you. Using a 13mm socket, we're going to take this bolt out and also this one. Next, I'm on the side of the car. I'm going to use a 10mm socket to take out these two bolts. Do the same on the other side. In order to take this out, you need to pull it forward and unhitch it from the washer fluid reservoir. So you're going to pull it out and then up and unhook it. There's a little tab here that you unhook it from. Once that's unhooked, you're just going to pick it up and remove it. Slide your trim tool in and disconnect this grommet from that metal bracket. Then you're going to disconnect your connector. To do that, you're going to push down on that yellow tab and disconnect it. Now you're going to release this connector grommet also from the bracket and pull this to the other side. Disconnect your connector for your fan. Push in the tab. This is right here behind it. Push it in and pull it out. Take your grommet off the fan for the harness using a trim tool, and then set that off to the side. Push it on this tab and slide with another pry bar or trim tool up to get it out of the bracket, and then do the same on the other side. After you unhook the tabs, you're going to push up with both hands on either side. And it's going to be a little tough with the radiator hose there, but get it past that and unhook it from the top. We're going to remove our foam. And now we're going to remove our fan. They don't give you a whole lot of room, so go slow and be gentle. Remove your cap for your coolant reservoir, and that'll relieve some pressure in the system so that you're able to compress your hoses as you push your radiator and condenser forward to get the shutter out. There's two levels of this shutter. There's a protrusion on the bottom, and it's a little skinnier on the top. We're going to take it down out the bottom. Now we're going to remove our active grill shutter by sliding a trim tool in here, pushing in on that tab, and pulling up. As you push in on that tab, you're going to pull up and release it off of here. Do the same on the other side. So now this is free. And now we're just going to work it out through the bottom. So you're going to have to push it forward and then kick the bottom in and then kick the bottom out in order to get it out. It's a really tight squeeze. Be careful of your corners here and here. You don't want to dent your condenser. So if there's not enough room, push it forward more. All right, so we've kicked our bottom part of our condenser and radiator forward. This, we're going to slide the shutter this way towards the passenger side. You're going to get this corner up and over and push this forward. As you're doing that, you're holding your corner on this side. You're going to pull down on the bottom. And you're going to let it go, run along this line, this corner, so you don't dent your condenser. And as you do that, you're going to go on your other side. And let it out. So when we're putting this active shutter in, you're going to slide it towards the passenger side and then bring it up that way, the same way you took it out, basically. Be careful of your corners here. Don't dent your condenser. You may need to push with your forearm so that is away from the condenser. Make sure you have a finger in between so you don't scrape anything. Now you can pull up the other side. Again, be careful of the corners. And pull it up the rest of the way. Slide it down, get your other end in. And now you can lock it into place. Slide that in on the bottom and make sure this is lined up on the top on both sides. Make sure all 4 points are where they need to be before locking it in. place your radiator and condenser back in the mount area. You may have to take a peek from underneath, make sure everything's sitting where it belongs. Make sure your bushings are through the hole. If you need a little lubrication to put it through, feel free. I put a little penetrating oil on mine. Insert your grommet for your harness into the frame, a little support for the radiator, and push that in and connect your connector. Now we're going to put our fan back. To do that, we're going to move that out of the way, tip it down, go in your passenger side area first, bypass the things that are raised up. You want to make sure that where it slides into the clip over here is above it. That's the most important part. So make sure this is above this. Once you get that going, you kind of tilt the fan back and get it over this lump on the radiator. It is definitely a tight squeeze. Now we go on the other side. If you need more room, you can move your radiator back a little bit, but you should be able to shimmy it past this line. Pull up on the bottom and push over. Go to your other side and get it past that radiator hose. You can move your radiator hose out of the way. If your cap is still off and the pressure's relieved in the system, once you get it past that AC line, you're going to push it over and line all 4 areas up and slide it in. Now we can plug our fan back in, line it up, push it on, make sure you hear that click. Make sure you replace your foam. You can put some adhesive on the other side if needed. Make sure you line up these 2 areas with this and the same on the other side. That side's in, and now we're going to go to the other side. Line up your bolt. The long one goes on the bottom. The short one goes on top. Make sure they're snug. Do the same on the other side. Put your bolts in, start them by hand, and then zip them in there. There's 2 on this side and 2 on the other. Put your connector back over here. Make sure you hear it click. And now we're just going to work our way over, putting things back where we found them. Make sure you plug in your connector here. Make sure you hear the click. Lock it in with that grommet. That's for the headlight. I'm going to leave that over there. You have your cable for your hood. Now we're going to connect our cable back, insert it into that hole, and pull it this way, and feed this into the bracket. Make sure you connect your grommet on this side. Put your neck in first. And then snap the rest of it into place. Replace your coolant cap. Now we're going to put our hood prop back in, and we can remove our secondary over here. Install your upper air director. There's little pinch points here that you're going to put them into. These clips. Now we're going to put this in, line up your bolt holes, and these little pinch things you just push on. You're going to get your bolt started. Tighten them down. Install your front bumper by lining it up first with as many bolt holes as you can right here. And then we're going to go to the side and line up this area into this area. When you're putting the bumper on, make sure you put this locking tab into its lock. Then you can snap this in. You're going to push down and in. You're going to start your silver bolt. There's several fasteners for this area. We're going to start our silver bolt here. Next, we're going to put our other Torx bit bolt. There's two of them, one here and one here. These are black. Put another one of those bolts in this top area. And you can tighten those down. Put a push pin here. Put a bolt here. And then you're going to do the same on the other side. Now we're going to install our rubber gasket here. To do that, you're just going to push in the plastic grommets. And where the X marks are, make sure you push in on that too. Those little X's. Make sure you connect your connector before installing your headlight. Make sure you hear that click, and then slide your headlight into place. You should have one bolt that goes here and one bolt that goes here. Use your silver bolts to go here. And one here. Start them by hand and then tighten them down. Do the same on the other side. Now you're going to insert into its housing and push down. Put your push pin in here and lock it in. Put your bolt in. Start it by hand. Put your bolt in here. Start it by hand. And one more at the bottom. Now we're going to tighten them all down. Put a push pin here. Lock it in. Do the same on the other side. Connect your connector underneath for your fog lights. After you do that, you're going to want to slide it back into this bracket. It's like a push pin with a slide-on bracket. Install your splash shield. Line up these two holes first, and then work your way around. Start your screws by hand. There's two here. I'm under the driver's side. Tighten them up. Do the same on the other side. One goes here, here, and here. There's some push pins that belong around the perimeter. Ours are all missing, so we're going to have to replace ours. Just do the best you can and put them back. And just follow the perimeter and do the same thing. There is another shield around here that covers up all of this. Just follow your red push pins that are around the perimeter and reattach it. Put your wheel back on. And start your lug nuts. Start with your bottom one, walk the wheel on. Using a 19mm socket, we're going to torque our wheels to 100 foot-pounds. We're going to do that in a star-like pattern. Do the same on the other side.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.